Hello, Warfighters. War is hell. Welcome to the next episode of What Could Have Happened Had Operation Unthinkable Have Been Needed. So we've seen a lot of changes take place over Germany and all of Europe in the past couple of weeks as Germany continues to attack the Soviets behind their lines and try and make a push to retake some of their territory. So let's go ahead and get into the briefing to talk about some of the things that have changed and what has brought us up to this episode. So we have seen some territorial changes between the last episode and this. Just a small sliver of Germany is now in the hands of the Germans once again. Remember, they're trying to get to Berlin. However, the Soviets are going to be countering the push that the Germans are making in this position here by sending a lot of troops up to the front to prevent the Germans from attacking any other locations too. Now, the British feel like that they have to move forces up to the border, and the United States has also followed suit. So we're seeing that all these forces are up on the border. However, Hololand here is going to be a place that is really going to be known forever in history because the Soviets have actually crossed the border around Hololand and in some other areas across Germany to try and prevent the Germans from getting into Soviet-occupied territory. However, this is obviously something that goes against the agreements that the Soviets and the Western Allies have concerning sovereignty of their borders. Now, one vehicle here which has a German officer in it who's not tied to the resistance as well is going to be what brings about the beginning of this huge conflict between the Soviet Union and the Western Allies, as they'll be in the wrong place at the wrong time. All right, so the British here are on patrol around Hololand right here. Remember, a lot of forces have been pushed up to the border and are starting to take somewhat of a hostile posture against one another. So this patrol really isn't going to serve too much of a purpose here, or at least that's the expectation. Just kind of getting a feel for the land and everything like that. We're not really expecting a fight here at all. But still, we're being cautious here. We've got a section of guys right here that are on patrol around here too. Another British are operating in this area. The Americans actually aren't too far away. Okay, so I'm starting to hear a vehicle behind me. It's a German vehicle. It looks like we've got an officer in there. I wonder where they're headed to. But don't have a problem with Germans kind of operating in this area, obviously. There's still a lot of things that they have to do as far as administration of the country and everything. Still pretty quiet. Oh, now we're hearing some gunfire up ahead. That is not something that we were expecting, so we're going to have to push up here and see what exactly is going on. Now, since I've got a Bren, it's a lot of stuff that I have to carry, so I'm not going to sprint. I'm going to leave it to everybody else to do the sprinting, but I'm still going to advance here in a jog. Oh, and an explosion, too. Remember, we saw that car go past here. Oh, and there's smoke up ahead. I wonder who they would have taken fire from. Okay, I'm going to stay on this side of the road since we've got somebody on the other side. And now I'm going to try and hurry up here. I see some guys up by, it looks like a trailer by the trees off to the right. And those are Soviets. They're on our side of the border, which is not where they should be. All right. Well, we still have to figure out exactly what happened here, why they opened fire. Well, they're starting to... Oh, they're opening fire on us. Okay. Well, I'm going to return fire here.
200 meters front.
Got somebody over here, I think. Now, my job, obviously, is to lay down suppressing fire and hit these guys for sure, if possible, which I'm not doing too bad at all. Time to reload here. Got some guy moving by the trailer. I think I dropped him. Okay, we're taking some fire, it seems like, from those trees, too. So I might have to go in there and try and take a look with the rest of the section here. Just spray into the trees here because I can't see where these guys are coming from. And I got to be careful, of course, on ammunition. Oh, there's somebody just to the left of that tree. Try another shot here. Got him. Okay, well now things have gotten quiet. Try and move up here. Keep a cautious eye, though, on these trees. Okay, they're saying that they see somebody else here. I'm hearing them say fire at that soldier. But I don't see who they could be talking about. Now, this fence obviously is not going to provide me any cover, but still going to run up against it. Yeah, these guys were killed inside the vehicle. So it's like they just straight up opened up on them. Okay, I've got some of my guys here entering these trees, trying to make sure that they're clear. I'm going to join them. Should be able to lend a helping hand here when it comes to clearing some of these trees. It's tough to be able to see anything at all. Oh, they spotted somebody right up ahead. And he's moving, so I'm going to have to push up here through these trees, but I don't want to just go way out in the open. If that guy's looking in this direction too, it's not going to do me any good. Just take me out. Now I feel like I'm taking some fire. Oh, we still do have some Soviets operating in these trees. And if they're trying to ambush us again. Ah, dang it. Gotta get back into the trees here as quickly as I can. Oh, he's back. Anybody else around here? Sounds like some fire's coming off from the right, so I'm probably gonna have to go check that out here. Okay, we'll try it this way. This might be a little bit easier to... Oh yeah, we've got a couple guys moving. I lost him. Gosh, the way they're moving in those trees. I saw some more movement over there.
Rifleman, 100 meters.
Okay, so they're back in that direction. Oh, there he is. Gosh, that guy's tucked away pretty nice. All right, he's down. Oh, I dropped my own guy. Dude, seriously, just ran out in front of me. Sorry, dude.
We got a man down.
Okay. Somebody right here. Reload again. I mean, it's nice having the Bren, but you've only got 30 rounds, so you got to be careful with how quickly you fire. I mean, it's not like a modern machine gun or AR. Nice. People down here. Oh, a couple guys right there. Oh, man. Got one of them down. Fired at me, hitting the tree. He's reloading now. Alright, got him. Got somebody else here who's lying in the brush. You gonna be able to hit this guy who's lying down? I think I did. Okay, if that guy's back there, I don't want to just fire blindly. I've done that a lot. I figure if I wait a little bit, I'll be able to see him, like, right there. Well, there's another person who's operating a little bit off to the right here. My guys might be taking care of him. There they are. Did I get him? I don't think I did. Nope, he's still moving. Awesome. Okay, are these woods clear now? Because this poses a huge problem. The fact that we've been attacked by the Soviets like this is a serious problem, and we're going to have to go report this. Now, the place where we're supposed to end our patrol at is farther away than the nearest American checkpoint, so that may be where we have to end up going to try and get the message out that the Soviets are attacking us and could be a very major threat to everybody else here along the borders, both to Americans and British alike. So now that I think we've gotten everybody, we're going to regroup here. We're going to get our plan together and figure out our best course of action. Since we have confirmed that the Soviets are hostile, this is something that has to be reported up pretty quickly, because if they continue to push towards us, that's going to be a problem. That American checkpoint, though, is just a couple clicks away. And so meeting there, where it's heavily defended, will probably be the best place for us to get to, because the Soviets will probably think twice about hitting this heavily defended position. And we can obviously broadcast the message out here up the chain of command to the people that we need to. So the Americans don't know that we're coming, but I can imagine that they've heard some of the gunfire and maybe set up in a defensive posture. So we'll just have to make sure that we approach carefully. So we've decided to get on the move. It's going to take us through a lot of this forest here is what the plan is going to be. There'll be some areas, of course, that will pop out in the open, but as much cover as we can get, the better here. We've got to move quickly. We've got to move silently and try to remain as undetected as possible, because if the Soviets are attacking us, chances are they don't want us to be able to get the message out to all of the Americans, the other Brits, and everything like that, to let them know what's going on, trying to maintain the element of surprise and operate behind our lines as much as possible. Now, this is obviously a huge escalation. All right. About ready to hit these trees. Now, we don't know how far deep that the Soviets have gone into our lines or exactly where they're at. So we're operating basically under the assumption that we are completely surrounded. So there very well could be patrols that are operating in the forest here. There could also be defensive positions that are set up that the Soviets may have. We have to be kind of prepared for anything and everything for this next little bit. All right, next checkpoint, as you can see, is about 210 meters ahead, but we're taking fire direct front. It looks like there is some Soviets who are moving around here. I highly doubt I'm going to be able to push up on these guys. So name of the game, fire superiority here and try and suppress them. If I can spot somebody, obviously I'm going to try to take him out. Okay, so they've thrown some smoke here that may allow me to move up, toss a couple grenades. So I'm going to lob those here. There's one. Maybe I can get another one off to the left here. Okay, maybe now's a good time. Okay, so it looks like that actually hit kind of up ahead. If there is anybody around here, I would have thought it would have taken him out, but that guy was prone. Okay, things have gotten quiet. Time to move up here and make sure that this area is, in fact, clear. Well, it looks like we've got a road up here, and there's some fire off to my left. Yes. Okay, I've dropped him. Let's get patched up before I go out into the road here and kind of see if there is anybody else. Because I'm always lucky just getting hit once and not being killed. Well, we've got some guys that are kind of moving up here. I'll have to drop him. Oh, I think that was one shot, took both of them out. Which is kind of a first. All right, this area is clear. We've got a lot of Soviets around here, so I'm going to try and see if I can pick up some medical supplies off of these guys. Everybody else has started to push up here a little bit more, so once I've gone ahead and collected some of my supplies, which now that I have it, I'm going to move up here with everybody else, kind of proceed to the next checkpoint, which we have almost 360 meters up ahead. You can see we have taken some casualties in that last engagement too. Every single person that we lose is definitely felt here. Just because, again, we don't know what we're going up against. So having those extra numbers is definitely helpful. All right, 250 meters away. I'm keeping my head on a swivel here. Just seeing any Soviets around here. And I'm not seeing anybody operating in these particular woods either. I think it was just sheer dumb luck that we came up against a Soviet truck here with troops that have gotten out of it. Okay, now it sounds like, though, that they've spotted somebody. The way that they're bounding up from tree to tree, they're definitely in combat mode. But I don't see where it is. They haven't gone ahead and created a target yet either, but they're opening fire. Question is, at who? It almost looks like they're firing straight ahead. I don't know if they're seeing somebody on the other side of these trees. So I'm going to have to move up and try and take a look myself. Now, from what I can see past these trees, there is an opening. Like a field or something like that. That I don't want to have to try and cross here, especially if there's an enemy. Oh, now I see a target. Okay, I'm going to move up pretty slowly here. Try to be as stealth, as quiet as possible. And try and get underneath this tree. Oh, it looks like we've got a number of Soviets who are operating at that tree line here. And kind of set up here. Those are, who are the guys my section's firing at. So with me down here in what is hopefully a position that doesn't allow me to be seen by the Soviets, I'm trying to open up on all of these guys right here, take out as many of them as I can. Though it's hard to see being this low and a lot of the shrub that's in front of me too. The tall grass, bushes, stuff like that. So I'm just going to try and spray down the line here a little bit, hoping that I'll be able to hit somebody.
Cover me, reloading.
That looks like that's somebody just right up ahead here. Yes, it was. Felt like I took a few shots at him earlier. Wasn't able to hit him. Now, I could very well be aiming a little bit too high here, too, as I was just spraying from right to left. All right, nice. Now, the only thing that I could do is kind of aim for the center of those circles and hope that I can hit some of these guys. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do any more good at the position that I'm at. At least not be effective with some of my fire here. So I'm going to just reposition down here a little bit. It feels like that there might be some guys a little bit off to the right. I saw some tracer fire going that direction. Couldn't confirm if anybody had been taken out. So I'm going to have to poke my head out here a little bit more. This is obviously more dangerous for me. Is there somebody I'm going to be able to hit? No, I think it's... I don't think that's a person. Oh, we've got a lot of guys who are prone up by that tree. Time to reposition once again. Ooh, this might actually be a very, very good spot to take out some of those guys over here. Okay, he's down. Anybody else? I think they had a static MG up there too. So it was good that somebody took that out. That might have been me, but oh yeah, there's some movement up underneath that tree. Get out here again. Anybody else I can spot? It doesn't look like it. That right might be clear. I wonder if I could just continue to move up here. Maybe take some of the guys here who occupy the lines. Okay, since that guy stood up here, that was the last thing that he was going to ever do. Okay, that defensive line here is pretty quiet. Looks like I might have a couple friendlies still alive up ahead. But we were outnumbered coming out in the open against a enemy that was holding that position. Basically well entrenched too. So I don't know if any of my guys have made it. Looks like there might be one. There's only one that I could see around here. I'm nervous to pop out here, but this is the only way I'm going to know if we've taken everybody out. And I haven't taken any fire. Okay, so it is just one person left. It is me, and it is my section leader. So the two of us are the only people who are able to carry the message to the Americans about what's going on. Now, since it is just two of us, we are able to move a lot quicker. We've got to avoid Soviets here, if at all possible. I don't like us moving out in the open, but we're just making a beeline right to the next objective here. I'm watching the left here because off to the right, if there is somebody who is in the woods, I'm not going to be able to see them. AI probably will, but I can spot a lot more about what's going on to the left. Okay, next set of trees here. Looks like this area is not going to be as big as some of the other groups of trees that we've had to kind of go through, so not too much cover. I do have to be concerned a little bit about my stamina too. The AI, got to keep up with him, my section leader. So if I'm sprinting and stuff like that, it's going to be harder for me to do it. So I might take a little bit of a breather here just as I move up, kind of go from tree to tree, bound a little bit. Oh, there's movement off to the left. Dang it. Okay, this is bad for us. I've got my squad leader kind of moving off in that direction.
200 meters front.
Gosh, I hope we both make it out of here. They would have opened fired on him. Look where he's at. He's just right out there in the open, actually running to him. This guy's pretty ballsy. You better hope, though, that I can cover him. Maybe suppress the Soviets enough for him to get to the next checkpoint. Maybe we can space this out, too, where he moves up. And then I kind of move up here right after him. I can only kind of see legs. Fortunately for me, though, since he's prone now, he's going to be harder to spot. Okay, I might have dropped that guy. But now they're all in those trees. See if I can get a better position. I do want to stay closer to the road back here. So I can duck back if possible. But now I'm in the open too. I mean, if this works out, we might try a bounding approach to it. Depends if he ends up moving. All right, keep moving, dude. I've got you covered. Looking for anybody. Oh, that might be a pair of legs. And another guy. Oh, there's a couple of them that just pop their heads out. One of them's firing at me. He's hit me. Now, do I sit here and try and patch myself up? Yeah, get past me. I think I'm going to sit here and wait until I know it's clear. Okay, so I've got somebody a little bit to the left firing at the section leader. Okay, gonna stay back here a little bit. But I feel like I got a good idea where this guy is. Might only be one. And honestly, if there is just one guy left, us not taking any casualties, being out in the open, and these guys having the cover of the trees, dang, this would be a miracle if we come out of this one unscathed. Oh, somebody's running over there. There he is. God dang it. Okay, I don't have much ammunition left. Got 90 rounds. So I have to be careful about how I use it. Oh, that guy's crawling, trying to get a shot on one of us. One shot, one kill. Okay, who's he firing at? Maybe he got somebody? Okay, it's quiet. This might be a good chance for him to end up moving. Though I wonder if he is going to move into those trees. I mean, I've got him covered. Okay. Maybe if I move up too, that'll get him to move up. Plus, this new perspective on these trees, I might be able to spot the guy if there is one left that I got to take out. Ah, this is not good. Oh, there's a pair of legs. Right up ahead. If he gets into the trees off to the right, I'm not going to worry about it. Which I think he might be finally sprinting there. Okay, let's get in behind those trees now. Just about 110 here to our next checkpoint, which should be the center of this clump of trees. Dang, I am surprised Section Leader and I made it out of that one. Come on, man. Let's go. Okay, so we're a few hundred meters away. I'd probably say 600, 700 meters away here from the American position. Maybe even less than that, too. Actually, this might be the last checkpoint before we actually get there. So I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about how far away we are. All right, nobody in these trees.
Move 600 meters east.
Okay, 600 meters is where we've got to go. Now, we've been hearing what sounds like footsteps in these trees. And so both my section leader and I are on alert. You can see we've gone a couple hundred meters. Or not even that, actually. We've gone a little bit of a ways. But I swore I heard like a twig snap or something like that. It wasn't us. And honestly, if we were to get taken out this close to the Americans, and we've lost all of these guys for nothing, that's going to be bad. So we basically have to go. We're the only two people who know what's going on, who know that the Soviets are now hostile. Got to do everything we can to make the extra 400-meter trip. Okay, still not seeing anyone. Oh, there we go. I see movement in the trees. Okay, section leaders open fire, so I know for sure that I'm clear. Ah, that one hit the tree. This is hard to do. Okay, one down. Oh, section leader got him. Whew. 3 of them down. Okay, we've got to keep going. We're just about there. Now, it seems like that the enemy has kind of gotten lighter as we've gotten closer to the American borders and to this checkpoint up ahead. Now, I don't know if that's intentional or what, but I feel like by this point we might be free here of the Soviets. They actually move up to the checkpoint and have a direct engagement with U.S. forces. It's not going to bode well for anybody at all. Okay, 300 meters basically. Last group of trees. Now, like, my adrenaline's pumping. My anxiety is up high. This is the point where I do not want to be killed. Having gone all this way, having lost all the men that I have in the squad, and having it come down to me and one other person, yeah, this is not the time for us to get killed. Once we get outside of these trees, though, we should be pretty close to that American checkpoint and get them the message that's out there. So here we are at the checkpoint. No contact with the Soviets. However, it looks like that the Americans are set up in a defensive posture, which actually for us is a good thing because that means that they heard some of the fighting that was going on. Probably with the patrol that we came up against at the end, and probably some of the other engagements as well. So that should reaffirm a lot of what we're about to tell them. We'll have to verify our identity, all that type of stuff, who we are. But at the end of the day, we've done absolutely everything that we could to make sure that we get the message out. So we give the Western allies a fighting chance here should the Soviets continue to violate the borders. And for us to be aware of what's going on would be absolutely advantageous. So that is going to be it here for this mission. We did lose a lot of guys, but we were able to successfully deliver the message to the Americans and survive along the way. So make sure that you guys hit the like button if you enjoy what you saw. Subscribe because there is going to be more of this to come later on. Also consider donating to the Patreon. It goes to help out with creating this type of content and some of the other work that I do as well. And feel free to join us on the Discord where we have lots of conversations about the videos that are posted on here and, you know, just kind of get to know each other a little bit more too. So thanks again for watching. I sure do appreciate it. War is hell. You don't have to worry because warfighters, I've got your six.